What were kind of your main takeaways for offense on Saturday?
Main takeaways were that we made some plays, some big explosive plays that were, probably the difference in the game. Quez was 3 for 3 on targets down the field. Made some contested catches, and Jack made some great throws to give him a chance to make the plays he did. And then Kevin Perkins' big run. We had Steven Anderson came in, gave us a spark right there. Did some good things, and I thought the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway was we played, to me, which we played one of the best defenses we've played all year. We found a way to score enough points to win the game, and that's the most important thing. I thought UAB's defensive line was kind of what we thought they were, very disruptive, and about after the first possession of the second half, we just made a conscious decision, just to everything from that point on forward was going to be either max protected or getting the ball out quick, and we found a way to get the run game going, and I was proud of the way they finished the game.
Talk about y'all's success in the red zone with the fade.
Yeah, we went into the game, like I said, it was something that we went back and we really looked at. How can we, maybe be a little better down in that part of the field? And one thing that we kind of took away was we need to throw the ball to the end zone. So we felt like we were going to get some man coverage and have the opportunities to make those throws, and we got the matchups we want, and we were able to. I think we were 2 for 3 doing it. We missed Jalen on a short yardage, which is a miscommunication, really, more than it was anything else. But I thought that was good for us, and it was good to see.
This one was a little different. You've had games this year where you've gotten the yardage but haven't been able to put the points up on the board. This time the yardage maybe ain't there, but you're able to get.
Football's a funny game, That's the thing about it. It is. You're right, and some of that is, we only ran 52 plays. The most disappointing part for us offensively was third downs. We've been pretty good all year, and we weren't very good. UAB's been really good on third downs all year, and they won that part of the game. More so than that, we were in too many third and longs.
Yeah.
So we got to find a way to get back to our 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, area. And I thought that was something that we didn't do a good job of, but we, like I said, we made enough plays that we're able to score enough points. And our biggest deal is trying to find a way to get that 3-score lead. And the pick 6 got us to the 3-score lead, and then once you're to that, that point in the game, you realize how our defense was just dominating the game, and it was, like I said, after the first possession of the second half, and then after that, I made the decision to say, look, guys, here's what we're going to do, and our defense is in complete control. Let's make sure that we do a good job, and if we're not putting points on the board, we're continuing to pin them deep, and that's the game of football. It's all about winning, and that's all we really care about.
You got Quez kind of late after you got here. What did you go back and watch film of him to kind of see how he would fit into your offense, or did you not? What kind of a role did you understand that he had to play for y'all before you even had a chance to really work with him?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I recruited Quez out of high school when I was still in Middle Tennessee, and he was one of the top guys when I was there that we went after, and it's right before I had left. So I knew his skill set, I knew a lot about him, and I knew, the things that he could do. But, when I first got here, he was, obviously wasn't around and wasn't practicing, so we just prepared like he wasn't going to be here, and felt like he'd be a bonus, and we got him back, and, he came in. One thing that I speak pretty highly of the way he handled himself when he came back. He wasn't the starter when he first got back. He, like I said, he hadn't practiced, so he came in, he earned it, he worked, never complained, nothing, and I think that's kind of what makes him a special player. Is a lot of guys in his position would be just give me the ball, demanding the ball, and he's not that way. He plays hard. He's a team guy. He's everything you want, and kind of your go-to receiver. And we're glad he's on our team.
What do you see from UTSA?
San Antonio is a team that's playing with a lot more confidence each week. You can see it on film. They're doing a good job disguising their coverages. They like to blitz. They try to get after the quarterback that way. Like I said, they did a good job. They went on the road and won last week. I'm sure that's got them. They're still playing for a bowl game and things like that. I think they've done a good job of getting the program going in the right direction.
Whenever you remember what you saw in Quez whenever you recruited him in high school?
Long arms, body control, and ball skills, is what you look for in a wide receiver. Obviously he was fast, those things, but when the kid's got those long arms, I mean, when Quez is out on the field, he looks 6'3", 6'4", and that's because of his arm length. And you get up next to him, he says he's 6'2", but he's probably 6'1". But a lot of the great wide receivers in the NFL aren't 6'4". So he's got great body control. He gets in and out of breaks. He bursts out of breaks, and the ball's in the air. He's able to track the ball. Whether even when it's thrown down the field, it's a little bit out front. He's able to track it and find the angle to go get it. And then he's also able to go up with people on him and high point the ball and keep the ball away from his body, which is the signs of a great one.
Yeah, I thought, of course he made nice catches downfield, but there was one I think Jack had thrown a little bit behind him,
Yeah.
and he makes the adjustment.
Not only did he make the adjustment, a lot of guys would try to catch it and bring it straight to their body. He caught that ball, and if you saw, he left it away from his body so the defender couldn't, a lot of kids will catch it and bring it in, and sometimes it gets knocked. He catches it and leaves it away, and it's a great technique, and it's tough to do. He does that stuff naturally.
Is there any receiver that you would compare him to? Somebody that whether it's at the next level or somebody you've been around?
He reminds me of a kid I coached in Middle Tennessee by the name of Richie James, who was a freshman All-American when we had him. A little bit different as far as, Richie was an inside guy and he was, Quez is an outside guy, but they both have that same burst, that same explosion, and they both were long arms. And Richie's playing with Nick up there in San Francisco, and making a name for himself. And you look across the NFL, receivers come from everywhere. It's not just your Power 5 programs. They come from everywhere, and I think the biggest thing in that position is you got to go somewhere where you can play and you're going to get the ball and you're going to get targeted. That's how you get better. And I think that's the best thing to happen to him. He's here and he knows that we're going to throw him the ball.
Right.
Coach, with signing day about 5 weeks away, what are some of the things you guys are looking to address on the offensive side of the ball in terms of recruiting?
Always looking to build depth and build a program. Number one, we want to recruit guys that fit the Southern Miss mold. We want guys that are, number one, mentally tough, love to play the game, and that's what I'm looking for. That's what you have to do to be a part of what we're going to do. Position-wise, I think we got to build some depth up front, and also out wide. We've got to, those are two big position needs that we'll be looking for.
Whenever I know Quez is often going to be the main option, but whenever Jack throws it, there isn't a whole lot of space there between he and the DB. How much confidence do you think Jack has in Quez to beat that guy, even if he's basically covered?
I think he's got a lot of confidence, and that goes back to having long arm and having the being able, body control. A lot of times, he is covered, but if Jack's so accurate, he can put the ball slightly here, slightly there, and then the long arms and the catch radius and things like that take over. So I think he's got a lot of confidence in him. He's got a lot of confidence in all of them. Tim Jones seems to always go lost in this equation, but he's as good as anybody I've ever been around too. Obviously Jalen, but it's a group effort. So that also helps. Quez didn't get doubled one time the other night. The reason he doesn't get doubled is you got guys like Tim Jones in the slot. You got guys like Jalen Adams on the other side. So it's a group collective effort.
Considering the defense y'all played on Saturday, what kind of rhythm? I know y'all weren't able, just going from the second half of the Tech game into the Rice game into this one, it was kind of hard to get that rhythm going. When did you do you feel like y'all are still kind of building back up, or did you feel like y'all had a good flow?
I thought we had, decent flow, I thought we did, it was weird. We had good flow. We'd get a big play. You know, we're relying too much on the big play. You know, but anytime you have as many explosive plays as we did in the game, you've got a chance to score points, and that's really what it came down to. I mean, we still had, you know, we got a couple penalties that helped us out, but you know, we had, I think Quez had, like I said, 3 explosive passes. Tim Jones had 2 or 3 explosive catches. Jack had 2 explosive runs. Kevin Perkins had 2, maybe 3 explosive runs. You know, so we were still getting the explosives. We had too many negative plays. We gave, you know, too many sacks. We took too many sacks for multiple reasons, and then we still had a couple negative plays in the run game that we've got to eliminate. But you know, like I said, you're playing a great defense. We've got a great defense, and you got to realize that, you know, once we realize that, you know, like I said, we're up 17-2, start the second half, and or 20-2, whatever it was. You know, we had that 3-score lead. We were going to be smart and make sure that we gave ourselves a chance to win.
You know, Anderson got a lot of action at running back. What made y'all kind of go to him a little bit more?
Some of it, he's healthy and had 2 good weeks of practice. You know, he had the toe injury. That's some of it. The other part is you know, we knew it was going to be a power physical game that they did a good job running sideline to sideline, so it was going to have to be a lot of you know, straight ahead runs, and that's where Steven, you know, is special. I mean, he's 255 pounds, and I think he led us in carries, and you know, that was by design, and hopefully he'll continue to do that. But like I said, each week we're going to put together the best plan we think it is to win, and you know, if it's DeMichael or Kevin or Steven or Jack, it doesn't matter who, you know, who's running the ball. We're going to put what we think is best to win the game.
Was Perkins' big run designed to go inside and he bounced it, or?
Yeah. We had a lot of our game plan. There's super talented up front defensively. So our plan was to try to neutralize what they were doing. You know, we wanted to hit them quick, you know, and we were able to do that on some quarterback draws that we hadn't ran all year. Get them up the field, and the same thing on Perkins' long run. You know, get them up the field is basically a quick trap, and he made 1 miss, and you know, they were in the right coverage, and he did a good job busting it. Sure would have liked to seen him score right there.
Close.
Anything else? Coach, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Coach.
it, Coach.